Thank you, Bob. All right, we will call the meeting to order. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The mission statement: Viroqua area schools will nurture excellence, unlock potential, and ignite passion. We have Spotlight on Education tonight. We have our 4th grade Heritage Day projects and the Madison trip. So the students that are here for the Heritage Fair projects, we have Paisley and Everett and Cora. If you could come on up and introduce yourselves, and we're looking forward to hearing about your projects. Is Ms. Brown here?
Yes.
I didn't know if you wanted to say anything first.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this.
Okay, that's all right. We have nothing but time.
Things in my way, I can't get it.
No.
I know. There. Okay, I got it now. All right. So we have 3 students that are here tonight to present about our Heritage Fair projects. The students do these across the state, and they pick locations within the state that they find interesting, that they want to research the history of, why we might want to visit there. And for the past few years, 4th grade has been doing state parks. And we have really found the history of them interesting, and many of the kids and the families then want to go visit those locations. So we chose students from each room, and they presented to Mrs. Woodward. And we had 3 students go to another school to present with other schools. And we have 3 students here to present to you this evening. When they're finished, we will also have Tricia come up, and she will present an essay she wrote on our trip to Madison this year and the things that we did there that day. Okay, so we're going to start off with Everett first. Okay, you ladies want to sit, you can, or you can stand behind it, okay?
I'm Everett Winkleman. Did you know that the lead mining boom was in Blue Mountain State Park? Where is Blue Mountain State Park located? It's about an hour and 30 minutes from Viroqua. It's about 80 miles from Viroqua. It's in Iowa County and Dane County. It's southeast from Viroqua. Where was Blue Mountain State Park established? It was established in 1959 and formed by a group of miners. What are the campsite costs, fees, hours, and how many campsites are there? Daily is $13, annual is $28, open year-round 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., and 107 in more campsites. What is the history of Blue Mountains? The lead mining boom, and in 1832, the Black Hawk War. What can you do for recreation? Pool and splash pad, trails, ski trails, picnicking, nature center, East Tower, West Tower, camping, hiking, and hunting and trekking. What kind of animals are there? Biggest animal in the area is a white-tailed deer. Mammals include squirrels, coyotes, woodpeckers, raccoons, badgers, mice, and over 150 bird types. They have geology about plants and animals in the nature center. What plants are there? Maple, forest hardwood, restored prairies, white oak, shagbark hickory, woodlands, and red oak. What is the size of Blue Mountain State Park? 1,153 acres. Are there unusual or interesting features? Under Blue Mountains is granite bedrock, and pets are allowed. Who lived there? Paleo-Indians hunted mastodons in Blue Mountains. The Paleo-Indians were the first people in Wisconsin. How many trails are there? There's 16 trails, more than 20 miles of trails. The shortest is Ridgeview Trail, 0.9. The longest is Overload Trail, 4.1. Why is Blue Mound important to Wisconsin? Blue Mound State Park is important to Wisconsin because it is a beautiful place. The Black Hawk War went through it, and the lead mining boom in the 1830s and 1840s. Why would we want to visit Blue Mound State Park? You would want to visit Blue Mound State Park because it has a lot of beautiful views and things to do. Why is Blue Mound State Park important to me? This state park is important to me because the Black Hawk War went through it. It has pretty views, and Cave in the Mountains is right by it. Other interesting facts about Blue Mountains. West Blue Mountains is located on the highest and most noticeable peak in southern Wisconsin. It was fun hiking and trails. I recommend you go. Any questions?
Looks like you went, did you?
Yeah,
Did you spend the day there or did you camp?
it was just a day.
It's a nice park, I've been there.
What was the best part?
Probably hiking and getting lost on the trail.
Good to see you here then. Temporarily gone.
Did you have enough water and food?
Yeah.
You got a little turned around? Yes. Do you like to go hiking? Do you go to some of the other trails in the area?
Yeah, kind of. And also at the end, I have rocks to show from Blue Mountains. So,
You mean, you want to show them?
sure. This flint rock or shirt. They used it for arrowheads, guns, and also flint and steel. So,
Do you collect rocks?
yes.
I do too. Rocks.
Got a few in the field you could.
I don't want to do that. I've done that. That is not fun.
They're free, you just pick your own.
You know what he's talking about? The big kind of field stones, the rocks that are in the fields. That is not so much fun. Do you have any, do you like to camp?
We've only camped once in our yard, really, but
That's fun.
we want to camp more.
Would this be a place that you would like to camp?
Yeah.
Want to carve an arrowhead?
Any other questions? Well, thank you so much. You did a marvelous job. You spoke to us. Thank you. All right.
Eat the rocks now.
Hi, my name is Paisley Rosh. I'm a fourth grader from Viroqua Elementary School. Today, I'm going to be telling you about Devil's Lake State Park. Devil's Lake was established in 1911. It is located in Sauk County, Wisconsin, which is 73.9 miles from Viroqua. It would take you 1 hour and 39 minutes to drive there from Viroqua Elementary School. Devil's Lake is 9,217 acres. It is open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. A 12-month pass is $28, and the daily pass is $13. Devil's Lake got its name by the Ho-Chunk. They first called it Sacred Lake. The European settlers called it Devil's Lake due to a misunderstanding. They thought they heard spirits talking and thought they were from the devil. Some history at Devil's Lake is that a lot of Native Americans settled at the land that is now Devil's Lake. Devil's Lake was also formed by the glaciers. Some things you can do at Devil's Lake are biking, boating, canoeing, kayaking, hiking, and my personal favorite, camping. Some more things you can do at Devil's Lake State Park are hunting, fishing, picnicking, rock climbing, and swimming. Some winter activities are cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, and even ice fishing. Devil's Lake is important to me because I used to go there when I was younger. Here's a picture of me and my brother swimming at Devil's Lake State Park, and here are 2 other pictures we took while visiting. Devil's Lake is important to Wisconsin because it has a lot of nature to see and look at. It is also important to Wisconsin because you can explore to see all the nature. I'm also really excited to go back to see the 500-foot bluffs. Devil's Lake has a lot of wildlife, such as butterflies, fish, salamanders, toads, frogs, turtles, snakes, birds, owls, and a lot of mammals. Some interesting facts about Devil's Lake are that Devil's Lake is the largest state park in Wisconsin. It is also the most viewed park in Wisconsin. It is known for its 500-foot bluffs. It has a 4.8 star rating. Devil's Lake has a lot of cool, interesting effigy mounds, such as a large bird mound, a bear mound, a panther mound, and 2 linear effigy mounds. Effigy mounds are a raised pile of earth. The large bird mound is a very large bird that is an effigy mound. The bear mound is a mound the shape of a bear. The panther mound is also a mound the shape of a panther. The linear mounds are just straight lines that are effigy mounds. I think you should visit Devil's Lake State Park because it has a lot of fun activities to do. Also, it has a lot of interesting things to do and see. That is why I think you should visit Devil's Lake State Park. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Are there any questions?
You mentioned rock climbing. Are you gonna do any rock climbing when you get older?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of scared of heights still, probably.
My son goes about every weekend. Rock climbing that he can.
Have you ever gone out on a canoe?
No. When we went, we just went swimming in the lake.
You hike the trails up to the top,
No.
it's tough.
Not for her. It's like you and I, yeah.
Did you take your bicycle there when you were younger?
No.
No. It is really fun. It's one of my favorite places. They have a concession stand there, don't they? Do you remember that?
No. I don't
Where you can get ice and some things like that. And ice cream, if my memory serves me properly. It's fun. Do you like to fish?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have before, and I liked it.
Would you go back? You said you
Yes,
would like
we
to
are
go.
going to go back.
Are you gonna go this summer maybe?
Yeah.
Awesome. Fun. Well, you did a great, anyone else have any questions before I go? Did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. You did.
So I'm going to be telling you about my park, Little River State Park. My name is Cora, and my school is Viroqua Elementary. Fourth grade for Heritage Grade. My park is located in St. Croix County, Wisconsin, and is 2 hours and 53 minutes away from Viroqua. Little River State Park got its name from the Little River which flows through the state park into the St. Croix River. The park is approximately 2,800 to 2,900 acres long, and it was established in the year 1967. Little River State Park is open year-round, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. You need a hunting and fishing license, and the other fees are in the chart. For recreation, you can boat, hike, kayak, camp, swim, bike, canoe, fish, picnic, hunt, and do winter activities in it. There are some interesting features about my park, like the falls, which is a beautiful waterfall, and you can swim in the summer. There's also a tower right by the falls, and you can get a really good view of the falls. For history of the park, they have a historical cemetery for the people who used to own the River State Park. My park is important to me important to Wisconsin because of its amazing hiking trails and harmless creatures like squirrels, bugs, and bunnies. My park is important to me because of its big campsites in the falls, which are really beautiful in the morning sunrise and night sunset. You would want to visit the park because of the falls, big campsites, and all of the fun activities throughout the seasons. Any questions?
I haven't been there. Oh, have you been there? Are you gonna go? Doris, should probably take you. Yeah, you're good. Those falls look pretty.
They look
Heard good things.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I haven't been there either.
Yeah, that's one I haven't been to either.
And the big campsites interest me,
Mhm.
so probably not close neighbors, right? That would be nice.
Do you like to camp? What's your favorite place to camp?
Bluebird.
Where?
Bluebird.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. That waterfall looked absolutely gorgeous. Where did you find the photo?
I found it on the website called DNR.
Oh, the DNR website, nice. Why did you choose this park?
Because I like the waterfall and it just kind of had it.
Anyone else have any questions? Well, once again, you were fantastic. Thank you. All right.
Madison is a cool city. The whole fourth grade traveled to Madison on April 15th. I'm going to tell you about all the things we saw in Madison. We rode a coach bus to Madison, and our first stop was the Forest Hill Cemetery. On the bus ride there, we saw cranes and turkeys that Miss Kate pointed out. We traveled over the Kickapoo and Wisconsin rivers, which were very beautiful to see. I also played Uno and a magnetic 4 in a row with my spring 4. When we went to Forest Hill Cemetery, we saw effigy mounds, and one was the shape of a goose and another was a panther. We also got to see important graves. On the bus ride home, we watched the movie Yogi Bear, and it started raining towards the end of the movie. We got Rice Krispie treats to go along with the movie too. The cemetery and bus ride were cool, but we went to the Veterans Museum next. Now I'm going to tell you about all the things we saw at the Veterans Museum. First, we got to see a giant missile from a battleship and a cannon. We also saw a tank with the jungle as a setting, which I thought was really cool. Some of the displays had diagrams and timelines. Displays also had guns that were made by Americans, British, and French. We also learned that the people who lived during the Civil War drank coffee because water had bacteria in it that wasn't safe to drink. The people that drank the water got extremely ill and many died. The Veterans Museum was interesting, and next we went to the History Makerspace. Now I'm going to tell you about the History Makerspace. When we got there, we had a box that was labeled Gathering, and it had a round gray rock that had a line carved down the middle of it. We figured out that the rock was an important artifact that our people used to gather signatures. We opened different envelopes that had artifacts that helped us understand what the rock was for. We also got to share a sentence that we made about the rock and what it was used or attached to. Towards the end, we made our own exhibits with different and interesting artifacts. Lastly, we wrote a sentence to go with the artifacts and put them on a shelf. The History Makerspace was fun, and next we went to the Capitol. Lastly, I'm going to tell you about the Capitol. First, Before we went inside, we ate our lunch on the patio of the Capitol. When we got in, we learned that there's over 2,000 badgers throughout the whole building. There's also a lot of murals in the building, and even the dome has a huge mural in it. It has 43 different types of stones and a bunch of gold leaf for extra details and designs. We also got to go on the observation deck and see the whole city of Madison. Lastly, we saw Lady Wisconsin on top of the Capitol too. The Capitol was my favorite stop. Now you know all about all the great things we did on our trip to Madison. We had an amazing day, and I'll never forget seeing Lady Wisconsin on top of the Capitol. I would like to say an extra thank you for allowing us to take a charter bus to Madison. I realize it is very expensive, but having a bathroom is really nice. The bus was so comfortable for the long ride, I will never forget this trip.
Don't get too far away over there. Any questions? Any questions?
What was your first thought when you walked in the Capitol and looked up?
It was humongous.
You see all the east-west? There's just all of these, like getting around it is a little bit difficult. How about the area where you can talk and you can hear somebody on the other side?
I don't think we saw that.
You guys didn't see that? Okay, that's, you, in the circle, you can stand in one place and you can hear people talking across on the other end of the circle. And people used to whisper and they were talking about different decisions they were going to make legislatively. And people on the other side could hear them and knew what they were talking about. That was kind of a secret thing.
That's just in Illinois.
The bus trip, did it seem pretty long or did it go pretty fast?
It was kind of long on the way there, but on our way back, it was really fast because of the movie.
I'm sure, I'm sure.
What movie was it?
Yogi Bear.
The effigy mounds, had you ever been to that before?
No.
No, had any of the students in your class, had they been to that before, do you know?
Some of them might have, but I don't know.
Pretty cool. There's quite a few of them around Wisconsin there, very interesting.
A few in Vernon County.
Yes, exactly.
Did you get to meet any of our legislators while you were there? Did they come out and talk to you?
I don't think so.
They didn't take a big picture with all of you, sometimes they do that.
Depends if they're there.
Did they? Did you get a picture? Yeah. Did you get a picture on the steps? Or when?
In the
It was like in the open door.
We did a great job and thank you for sharing the experience, and we wish we could send you guys to more because it's really fun. So anyway, thank you again. Thank you. You're welcome to stay, but you are not required to. So if you're wanting to get out, please feel free to do so. Thank you. Thank you.
Our reports aren't nearly as good.
No, our reports are not near.
Sorry.
So, the next topic is election of officers. And I'm gonna read through some rules here because I always do this incorrectly. We ask for some nominations and then a second, and there has to be at least 2 times. And we'll start with the president, and I nominate Matt Tubin. And there's a second, and then we have to say it again. Is there another nomination? Is there another nomination?
Sorry, I thought you meant we had to nominate Matt twice.
So which man will we elect?
Are there any other nominations? With that, is there a motion to close nominations and vote?
I will say let's close and vote.
Okay, and then
You need a second, I'll
a
second.
second, and then we need a roll call vote. We'll start with Vicky.
Aye.
Sarah?
Aye.
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 Hey,
He abstains. All right, we're out of here. Oh, you can stay with it. I can stay where I am.
Can I get ready?
I'm just, my walking days are done.
Does Matt accept? Did you?
I do accept.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Matt.
Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. And thanks to Angie for all these years.
Yep.
A lot.
Yeah, thank you, Angie.
Have at it.
Appreciate everyone, just your trust in me. So, nomination for vice president.
I nominate Vicky Kappa.
I second it.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Motion to close nominations?
I make the motion to close nominations.
Second that one.
Okay.
So point of order, Matt, just, you want to make sure that the depth of your motion is to close nominations and elect.
Okay,
Otherwise, you've got to vote twice for those two things,
okay.
right? So you could amend that motion if somebody wanted to.
Do we have and elect?
Vicky,
Yeah, so you would just say, I move to
Let
close
Vicky do
nominations
that.
and
I
elect
never did that.
Vicky.
Right.
Yep, that's how you do that. I move to close nominations and elect Vicky.
Okay.
Oh, I'll amend the motion to close nominations and elect Vicky.
There you go.
Vice President.
And I'll second that.
And all in favor?
All right.
You need a roll call.
Then you roll call that, yep.
I'm telling you, this is the worst.
Sorry.
Who came up
Thank you,
with this?
Angie.
This must be an attorney.
Angie,
Robert's.
Yes.
Kim,
Yeah.
aye. Sarah.
I,
And I think that was the spirit of the motion the first time with Matt
Yes.
as well, right? So,
Without question. Thank you.
Yes.
And with any conditions.
And Vicky, you accept
yes, I accept.
the position. Ask for a nomination for clerk.
I'll nominate, Dana's in it right now, right? I'll nominate Dana as the clerk.
And I'll second that.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
I move to close the nominations and elect Dana Holfelder as clerk of the Viroqua School Board.
I'll second that.
Vicky?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Kim?
Aye.
Robert?
Aye.
Aye. So, Sarah?
Aye.
You accept.
Yeah.
Is Dana on
Is
there?
Dana on?
She is not.
She accepts.
Okay. And nomination for treasurer.
I nominate Angie Lawrence as treasurer of the Viroqua School Board.
I'll second that.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
I move to close nominations and elect Angie Lawrence as treasurer of the Viroqua School Board.
Okay. And
And I'll second that. Just to help me know.
thank you, Robert. Vicky?
Aye.
Angie?
Abstain.
Kim?
Aye.
Robert?
Aye.
Aye. So, Sarah?
Aye.
You accept.
Can you accept, Angie?
Certainly.
Oh, you got
Only
the
if
mo-
more money is brought in.
Well, we tried. All right. WASB delegate to the state convention and alternative.
Has everyone looked at the date?
January 19th to the 22nd. Sarah, you were at last year, correct?
I'll nominate Sarah as the delegate and the alternative. Are you gonna go?
I think Dana was.
Dana?
Last year.
Are you gonna go?
I'm probably, I'm in California.
Okay,
I think.
so Sarah and Dana.
Second.
For a second, okay. And all in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right. You accept?
I do.
And CC4 rep to the annual meeting,
I nominate Kim. Kim, does that date work for you?
June 3rd.
It's on my calendar.
As the CISA representative to the Board of Control's annual meeting on Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026.
Second.
Second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah,
Opposed? And yielded. Okay. All right, budget hearing, annual meeting date. In the past years, the budget hearing annual meeting has been held before the regular September meeting. The regular September board meeting falls on Monday, September 21st, 2026.
I'll move to approve that the budget hearing annual meeting be held on Monday, September 21st, 2026.
I'll second that.
And all in favor?
Aye.
I
Opposed? Yeah,
You got a lot of work to do, man.
first night too. All right, any public comment?
See
But I'm
anywhere.
gonna say no.
Probably.
Jim decided, oh,
Everybody else left, so no.
Nope.
All right, and consent agenda, approval of the agenda, proof of public notice, April meeting minutes, check summary in the amount of $329,882.37. Requirements, there are none. Resignations, Elizabeth Rodang, high school, middle school choir teacher, 2 years. Appointments, Bria Ames, speech and language pathologist, 2627 WIAA affiliation, 2627 open enrollment applications as recommended by administration, 26 summer school handbook, 26 summer school teacher contracts, second reading, revised policy 7510, use of district facilities. Is there a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And number 11, action,
I move to approve the check summary 2 in the amount of $652,230.69.
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Back of my head, Angie, thank you. And information discussion, donations over $100, thank you for all these generous donations. The total amount is $400. Vernon County Dairy Promotions Committee, $100 for dairy products for 4K parent event. Jim and Rita Kirchhoff, $200 for Ms. Thor's elementary art class. And Citizens First Bank, $100 for middle school block party. So again, thank you for everyone for donating to the school district. And let's see, Chris, we have a budget update, 2627.
So working on budget for next year, just wanted to kind of bring a bit of where we're at right now. We will have a preliminary budget for our meeting next month to make sure that that gets approved in time statutorily. So what I included here is 3 pages, so a little bit of a snapshot of what this year's budget looked like, just some information from the Barrett model, and then where we're at for next year. So a couple of things I wanted to highlight here. There will be a increase going to the lower right, an increase in our mill rate. That's due to essentially 2 factors. The biggest piece of that is the difference in our aid. The aid, if you remember, for this year was largely impacted by the spending that we did during the referendum project, the capital referendum project. So the more money we spend, the more aid we get, so that number was inflated as a result of that. We didn't backfill or try to do other things to manipulate the mill rate or keep that up or over levy or do anything like that. We just took that savings to the taxpayer, if you will, for a year. And so that kind of falling off is a large portion of that increase. The other portion of that is the $325 that we get per pupil every year. That was part of the 400-year veto, which in the last state budget, there was no additional general aid provided, which meant that that was all passed on to the taxpayers. So those are the largest portions of what impacts that. Couple other things, really no change in the, our debt levy and then the Fund 80 levy, as it sits right now. I think both the LC and the pool are probably trending in a direction where they'll, at least for right now, be looking at similar budget pieces next year that will necessitate that additional levy. If we see some gains there, we might have the ability to be able to do a couple other things within Fund 80 related to middle school sports, but we'll kind of traverse that as we go. The last page kind of outlines a sort of where we're at now, the middle current column, the blue column, that's budgeted figures. And then the budget year for next year next to that. Biggest pieces there, you can see that we are showing a surplus for next year. That's after having done all of the cuts that we had done, positions not filled, and those kind of things. We did have an extra retirement in there that is a large portion of what that surplus makes up, and something that we'll carry forward. So you can kind of see what the mill rate impact is there at the bottom of that. There'll obviously be a larger levy. The dollar amount of the levy is going to be larger this year as well. And that's something that we have to navigate. We knew that was coming. And again, we would have seen more of that increase last year had we not actually had the additional aid from the building project. And as we move forward and start talking about referendum discussions and those kind of things, I've got this built out another 4 years. So we'll dive into that a little bit deeper and kind of get an idea of what all that looks like in those discussions.
There's no other.
Any questions?
Okay, any questions?
So you're probably projecting a increase of an equalized value then also?
We got a 2% increase in there, which is most likely too low. We've been in double digits the last 4 years. I feel like it's better to be conservative with the way that looks as opposed to trying to, use that as an advantage to us or to make numbers look better. I think it's sometimes a little bit easier from a mill rate perspective to almost keep that flat, so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like compared to where it was at this year.
So this year we're projecting to dip into some fund balance and next year replace part of it, correct?
Correct.
At the end, there's not a big difference after 2 years.
So Chris, how are you predicting transportation costs?
I would bumped up the budget for fuel significantly. I think, we had been seeing probably less than 10% increases in that area. It fluctuates wildly. I think I've got 35% on it right now. What we've been paying for diesel for the buses is astronomical. And we've been trying to sort of limp that along in hopes that things will get better. Unfortunately, they haven't. But we don't have a crystal ball, can't go back and make a decision to fill the tank up as opposed to halfway. I think our timing on this last fill up that we had that'll get us through the end of the year was advantageous because we waited a day or two and things actually went down. So then they probably went back up and those kind of things. So having one fewer route next year will probably help us in that area too, maybe mute a little bit of that. Mr. Brady's done a good job of navigating that, and he's got the new schedules on his drivers, so hopefully there'll be fewer miles put on the buses as well. So
I just feel like that's a pretty unpredictable piece right now, and I don't know how you would even pretend.
Do we pay in bulk?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Is that a 10,000? To hold a semi?
Yeah.
Tanker, I mean.
Any other questions?
Well, that's gonna be a hard thing. Energy costs are gonna be biting us, whether they're lights or heat.
And we have almost no control.
No.
That's not.
The only control is we're gonna be dropping one route, and hopefully that saves some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it happens there. District administrator report.
So Chris led into this and the conversation about budget planning. I think that we should have a workshop in early June. I'm proposing either June 8th or June 10th, Monday or Wednesday that week. Once we have completed our school year. The week before that, Monday, I know Wednesday is the 5K, Monday is the block party. So I don't want to be on top of those big events for our school community, but I'm going to propose either the 8th or the 10th for us to dig into the budget a little bit more and talk about some things.
If there's any way you could avoid the 10th, I have a park meeting and a Board of Appeals meeting. Can't miss the Board of Appeals meeting.
Okay.
It's at 5.
Okay.
Unless it was after that. It wouldn't be a very long meeting. But I mean, if you gotta go, then you gotta go. But
We can talk about that.
I do, yeah.
Just throwing those out there and Beth
Yeah.
will organize and try
I
to figure out.
just committed to the Board of Appeals meeting today,
Okay,
so.
thank you for that.
The 8th would be better for me also.
Anybody else have an objection to the 8th? Does that work? Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit more, make a plan. And I think we'll be able to talk more in depth about what Chris shared with you. And then what we would like to do, I think, is provide some referendum options for you to mull over and to give us direction on how you would like us to go into that next with some community forums and public input so that we can take the temperature before we dive all the way in, okay? Okay. Staff appreciation will be at 1:30 on the afternoon of
That's recognition.
June 4th.
Staff appreciation last week.
Yes. Yes. I wanted to invite them to the other piece that's there too, yes. So if you would like to come and see us recognize the staff on the 4th at 1:30. We did, as Beth was saying, staff appreciation, some different groups step forward to recognize our staff at school, provided lunch one day, there are different snacks, different other pieces that came along with that as well. Okay.
I know where you get a bouncy house.
Yeah,
Me too.
they would have.
Me too.
Thank you.
Any questions?
And Beth, you'll send that out also? Do you mind sending it
An
out?
invitation.
June 4th.
Yeah, it's also on your upcoming meetings.
Okay.
All right, administrator reports. Jason, I'll have you first.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year. We had 2 weeks ago, we had the Lions Club Honors Program. A number of you were there. In total that night, I think it was over $186,000 the community gave out for kids post-secondary plans. So great evening. A lot of money to be given out in roughly an hour and a half. Goes fairly smoothly. We got Alicia through it, going through it for the first time. And it went very smoothly. So and Dr. Hale too. His first time talking to the too. We'll get him more involved so he doesn't feel like he's just sitting there.
Give me a better chair.
It's in the corner, a recliner. Since his lion left him, they're fine folks. So, we have end of the year activities, co-curricular coming up. We're actually, weather permitting, last day of school, our staff came up with the idea of, we usually would do some type of activity, and we're looking at potentially going to Sleepy Hollow with the 3 grades that are left in the building, and just doing a variety of different activities out there. Co-curricular wise, we're getting to the point of conference seasons and post seasons. And I think last Saturday was conference track meet. Boys tennis was supposed to be this Monday. They got to in Boston. They got to Lafarge and were told it was canceled. So then they went back yesterday. Although I think it rained more yesterday than it did Monday. And then boys golf is coming up, softball, baseball, all those things are coming up soon. And we have graduation coming up this week. Out on the field, weather permitting. We're following the weather quite a bit, so as far as that goes, so what we're looking at, seniors had their last day yesterday, their graduation practice tomorrow. So we went down to the field to make sure that the new sound system is working well, so, because we have a cordless, we don't have to hire a sound person anymore. With the new system, we have a cordless mic that it easily reaches to the track. I was talking to Dan from like the middle of the field even, and I think it goes farther than that, so, but we were making sure that volume wise, and it's pretty simple to use too, which is great, so.
I would say the grounds scholarship night looked beautiful. School district, really, the property looked
Dana
great.
was there. It's good news. She said.
Yeah, Dana's on, she just texted.
Yeah, the grounds crew and like we were when Dan and I were coming back up, we ran into Cody and them, and so they were already making their plans. They're watching the weather as much, if not more than we are, because they have to not only figure out for that day, but also mowing before that day, type of thing, so they're working through that, so.
Everything was flowering, it was really pretty.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Any questions? Any other questions? All right, Pat.
He's not here. His son, he told me, and his son is performing tonight, end of the year jazz
Fun,
concert, so
good.
he is not here.
Is anyone taking Pat's spot for now? Or should we
I
move
will.
on? All right.
So he listed out for you the field trips, activities, and other happenings and what has been going on at the elementary school between our elementary classrooms and our Montessori classrooms. He also talks in here about the assemblies and celebrations. He mentioned during workshop that they do a monthly celebration on attendance. For the month of April, all grade levels with 94% or higher attendance received an extra recess. Those grade levels were kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth. So very, very well.
Good. That's awesome.
They all must wanna see you, come every day.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I'm here.
You're checking now, right? Checking now.
Summer school update, we are in the home stretch here. We handed out the registration schedule forms to students at the end of last week. There's always a few little follow-up things that we needed to problem solve. And now just on to some final adult schedule things and get ready to kick off summer school in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything you're doing.
Yeah. We're up, I just checked the total, we're about 290 students in all, including the extra activities outside of summer school.
How does that compare to prior years?
Down just a very
Yeah.
slim margin.
Yes, yeah, remember, yeah, kind of being around that 300 mark.
But we have fewer students,
Mhm.
so that it's about the same as grade.
Thank you again for that. And Steve?
Yeah, so, I saw you on, I'm kind of filler for some people back there. Yeah, so quickly, just so you Hawks Rock to our BMS staff. If you've spent time in a middle school in May, it just feels different. It smells different. You can hear, as evidenced by some of the sounds in the hallways here, there's a lot of good feelings, there's a lot of hard feelings, and there's no shortage of energy. So trying to keep that funneled and heading in the right direction is often difficult, but our staff show up every day, no matter how the students are doing, with those good feelings, difficult feelings, they show up every day, meet them where they're at, and make sure that everyone's still having success. So that takes a pretty incredible human, and we have no shortage of those here. So a huge Hawks Rock to our BMS staff. For co-curricular update, we got middle school baseball has a game tomorrow. Middle school track has their final meet tomorrow. Softball finished up their season with a cancellation on Monday. There's also part of May in Wisconsin. We did have esports this spring season as well, which had a number of middle schoolers and a couple high schoolers participating this spring. We had successful band and orchestra concerts, and that noise that you're hearing in the hallways is our choir concert that is happening tonight, which includes fifth, 7th, and 8th grade. Our 6th graders are at Sugar Creek. So they are not participating in this concert tonight. They performed at Bethel Homes this Monday at Maplewood Terrace. And did an incredible job and made some cards and spent some time over there, which was very, very cool. And our 8th grade band will perform and participate in a clinic on Friday at the Kalahari in Wisconsin Dells. I'll be on that field trip, and that'll be hopefully a lot of fun. But super excited about that, and Mr. Cameron did a great job of noticing that event and signing up our students and making sure that they had an opportunity to participate. Other end of year activities and plans, our future middle schoolers will be visiting. Starting this week, we've got future 5th graders, so our 4th graders are coming over tomorrow. And they're gonna start their day off with the most boring part of introducing to the middle school, which is to meet me. But that's how we'll start, and then they'll have lunch and recess with the 5th graders. And then they get a chance to sit down with our 5th grade teachers and ask them some questions, get to know them a little bit. To break that ice and help that transition go a little bit more smoothly. Our future VAMS 4th graders will be on Monday, June 1st with a similar layout with being able to meet their teachers as well and meet with me. Again, the important part. Grade level field trips, 5th grade is heading to Louis at Prairie du Chien on May 29th, Siding Hollow on June 2nd. Tonight is night 1 of Sugar Creek, so there will be some tears tonight, as there always is, and it's still also going to be filled with a lot of really great times as well. And we've got our BAM 6th graders are camping at Wildcat as well, and the rest of E2 going to KVR tomorrow. In some more local fun, 7th grade will be spending the afternoon playing some games at the Park Bowl and enjoying some Dairy Queen treats. And VAMS will always do a celebration at the end of the year as well. 8th graders will be heading to Jumpstart and Pizza Ranch this year, not the Kalahari, for their end of the year field trip. They'll be in La Crosse and have a good time there. Also, end of the year celebrations and events that are happening. We've got our VMS Blackhawk Block Party, our 2nd annual. So last year, if you recall, we had over 300 individuals show up in the rain, in a storm, in the middle of a storm, and we had to do a little bit of an audible and bring everything inside. Huge shout out to KG Party Rentals last year for that last second adjustments to be able to make that all work. This year, we've got not just the June 1st date, but we have a rain date planned to try and ensure that we're going to be outdoors this year. So we've got that as an option. We also have a plan C in case, because it is, again, that time of year in Wisconsin, and rain can come and surprise us. We do have a plan C of being indoors in the high school gym if needed. But you see on there, we've got a number of community partners and growing that are helping us put on this event, including Organic Valley, who no longer have their Organic Prairie meat line, so not able to get the burgers and hot dogs from them this year, but they are donating a large number of stringles for people to enjoy at that event. KG Party Rentals is going to be partnering with us as well, providing some inflatables and a dunk tank. Yes, and adults can do this too, have an opportunity to dunk Mr. C in the dunk tank. Physiology is bringing some different condiments to top those the brats and hot dogs that we'll be getting from Steve's County Meats. Cheese Corner is going to be providing some food options as well. Go Macro donated some protein bars. Citizens First Bank, People's State Bank, WCCU are contributing some donations as well. Culver's is going to be providing us some custard. Shade Haven is going to be providing some shade to be enjoying that custard. And the Viroqua Area Pickleball Association is going to be here running games in the high school gym and giving away some prizes with those games too. So a large number of community partners that helps make this event possible and growing. If anyone that's listening to this is interested in being a community partner, my contact information can be found on the website, askchristiansen@viroquablackhawk.org, and just call the school and we can get you part of the action as well. Other things at the end of the school year, student appreciation day, the last day of the school year, half day. Yep, it's long, weird, right? My report's long. Student appreciation day, so it's a collaboration between Sources of Strength peer leaders and student council this year. For the first part of the day, we have a rotation of different events that they have organized. And then we end with an all-school assembly to celebrate one last time the awesome year that we've had. And again, our peer leaders and student council will be running all of that day, which is going to be very, very cool. And then you have listed there the overnight and out-of-state field trips for next year for your consideration as well. That's the middle school principal report, the very short, succinct version. What questions do you have for me?
Any questions for Steve?
Don't you spread it out a little bit?
Started to think that he knows how to throw a
Fun
party,
stuff
right?
at the end. I should
Thanks,
say all of
just
it.
everyone, thanks for everything you do, coordinating everything that goes on throughout the year. Truly is appreciated, so thanks for all of that. And I do, I'm gonna plug here, and I wanna interject a little bit, because I did have the pleasure of going to the middle school, high school band concert. And I'm gonna say, if you haven't seen our band play, go see the band. And I would like to put something on the record to say we should nominate our band to play at state convention. The caliber that they produced is on par with what we see from any other school, any other year at state convention.
Those nominations are open right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Second that.
Yeah.
If you need it.
Dana has a thumbs up.
The level, yeah, just the,
Good, I can.
Mr. Cameron is awesome.
yeah, he's done an amazing job with these kids.
Yeah. The student, my daughter, very, very she loves Mr. Cameron. She loves him. So.
Yeah, and he's pushing them, and yeah, it's fun to see. So thank you.
Very professional.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Bringing that up.
Let's see, board report, VAMS. Kim?
Yep, VAMS had their meeting on Monday, and they do have some students on their wait list, but they're working on enrollment and how, as we go down the road, how we can expand that within VAMS. They also, in conjunction with the ag department, have a grant and some other monies, and they are working on making our little forest areas that we have around the campus have some seating and have some other things, and working with some community groups on that, as well as working with, I know Cody was involved and Jeremy was involved, so that is coming to fruition, including a bit of a cleanup. The one that's behind the elementary is probably a little bit more rough, so they're working on that. And otherwise, yeah, things are going good.
Thank you. Any questions, anybody? And Laurel, Sarah?
Laurel meets on June 3rd, so I have.
All right. Well, I did not present or prepare a legislative update. Angie, do you have anything outside of our visit with Tara?
I was just gonna say, Tara Johnson came here and spoke about the Bill 1 that was not approved, that was recommended by the governor, and explained why she did not approve that.
Right. Anyone else, anything for the cause? Motion to adjourn,
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Dana.
Happy graduation.
Yeah.